the beginning of the third day. Probably be done by noon, 1 o'clock, 2, maybe something like that. It's a pretty big basement for over here anyway. It's about 2,000 square feet. And you can see we're sitting up on kind of a hill. So that's why the garage is so low. You can see it over there. When it's all said and done, there's only going to be about a foot difference between the basement and the garage. The garage will be about a foot higher. Well, not about, it's going to be exactly a foot higher than the basement floor. And that is because you can see how much higher that front is than the street. Well, they're going to have the garage sit lower than the house so that their driveway's not so steep. They'll just have to have a retaining wall in there somewhere so that they can still have a fairly flat front yard and not such a steep driveway, which is fairly common out here. The house next door to the right of me in the video is the same way, about 3 houses in a row. It's like that. Kind of makes my job easier, but so we'll have to cut probably 2 feet maybe out of the highest point of that front yard before I'm done and out of here. But I don't think I've done a video yet of actually the process of throwing the dirt down and spreading it out, compacting it. So I'm going to make a good video this time, nice, and take my time on it, an edited video, show a little bit of the spreading out part, putting in lifts, and then taking the roller, compacting it, and whatnot. Kind of give you guys the whole spiel of an overdig. And if you guys are pretty new to basements and you're learning, what you do is, well, I guess I'll start with the reason they do an overdig. The kind of general rule of thumb is that you want at least 2 feet of compacted dirt, compacted tested dirt underneath of the footing. So if say you're digging and you get it tested and you find out you're on virgin ground, which means that it's basically, it's just natural. It wasn't placed there by man and compacted. So it might be an 80% compaction, 78% compaction. Well, that's what happened here. So at that point, you got to dig it 2 feet deeper than you normally would. So you're going to be 2 feet below the bottom of your footing. So that means that if you're digging the basement, the guys that are doing the concrete work, if they are digging in their footings, then you would have to go 2 feet 8 inches deeper if they're putting in an 8-inch footing. But in this case, when we dig the basement, we grade the floor, when we're all said and done, the concrete guys, they form their footings on top. So in order to get 2 feet of compacted fill under the bottom of that footing, we only have to, and it's not even necessarily the bottom of the footing, it's, if they're digging their footings, that means the top of their footings are going to be flush with the grade that we leave. So 8 inches of that dirt is basically there and compacted for the floor of the basement. That's kind of the reason that you would take out an extra 8 inches if they're digging in their footings. Because when they form their footings, we come back after they get their footings poured, before they put the walls up, and we'll come in here with the skid loader and fill the basement floor flush with the footings and basically just track pack it in with the skid loader, and it ends up being all right. So then once you get, let's just go with this instance, we're 2 feet deeper than the bottom of the footing, you're going to want to put it in about much thicker than that, you'll just fight your tests. You'll have a little bit harder of a time passing tests. And you'll get to a point if you go too thick that you won't pass the test at all. And you'll end up having to, you know, cut however much you need to off that lift, pile it aside, pack it again, and have it tested. It's just not worth it. So don't try to cut corners and try to save time. Just do it 8 inches at a time. Compact it, get it nice and hard. And normally you'd have it tested about every foot. So you're going to do a set of tests in the garage. You're going to do a set of tests in the basement. And since this is a little bit bigger of a basement, what I usually like to do is get about half the basement cut out. Subgrade established. Get a packer down there. Get it rolled. Get that base compacted. And then as you're digging the rest of the basement out, you can take some of that dirt that you're digging and throw it down into that other half of the basement. Have a guy down there in the skid loader spreading it and packing it as you're digging the basement out. And you can kind of keep working your way over. And then before you know it, by the time you get the basement completely dug out, you've already got half the basement overdug, compacted, tested, and whatever else. So it saves a lot of time instead of just digging the whole basement out and then you got to fill the whole basement 2 feet. I mean, it's just a waste of time. You can get them done a lot quicker when it's a bigger basement. I don't usually bother if it's a smaller basement, but it definitely saves a lot of time. We're just barely squeaking by on our moisture tests. We're sitting about a 13, 14. Hoping we can get by on this last foot without having to water anything. It rained a little bit last night. That helped a little bit, but it's still kind of on the dry side. That helps too if you don't have a ton of experience and you kind of have a hard time keeping, you know, kind of basically keeping it nice, level, and flat all the way across the basement. You can take your laser, you can sit in foot lifts, you can do whatever you want, but it's just as easy just to set it for your final grade, set your laser for your finished grade, your bottom of footing grade, and then take a can of marking paint, go along your walls and mark, paint on the walls, paint a line or a dot on the walls of where your final grade is going to be. And then as you're putting in your lifts, that'll kind of help you judge if you're staying flat or not. You know, you can put a mark every 10 feet, every 20 feet, whatever you want to do. It really helps you keep the lifts nice and consistent, flat all the way across, because you definitely don't want to start putting in lifts and then before you know it you're foot low on this side, 6 inches too high on this side. It's a lot easier to keep it nice and consistent all the way up. From the video, but this big pile goes all the way to the street, sitting on part of the lot next door to us. I mean, it's an empty lot and it's this guy's lot, so it's okay, we're all good to do it. Just a lot of dirt came out of this. skid loader guy in the bottom of the hole, and you're the guy grading the basement when it's all said and done to get your final grade established. Whatever you do, get in the habit of basically never allowing anything to be high. You know, there's kind of an unspoken 10th rule. You're allowed, you know, you can be within a 10th. That's accepted, you know, by most contractors. But if you're going to be a 10th off, make sure it's a 10th low. You don't want to be a 10th low across the whole basement because the concrete guy's going to kill you. But if you're going to be low somewhere, or I mean, if you're going to be off just a little bit in your grading spots, be low. Because I know the concrete guys, there's nothing they hate worse than showing up to a basement, job site, you know, commercial building, whatever, and they got to go in there with shovels because they don't have their own machine and dig out, you know, an inch where all their footings are. Any concrete guy I've ever worked with over all these years, they really like to have it about a half-inch low. If it's a half-inch low, they are thrilled because they can just slap their footings down. I mean, they slap their forms down and go. They don't have to do any kind of dirt work whatsoever. They absolutely love that. I don't want to make these pieces of the video too long, so I will stop this here and see you in the next frame. As you can see, he rolls all of the edges first. He'll go around, do that edge, and hit that front side. Because then you get a confinement on the edges, where when you pack the center, the dirt just can't squish up against the basement walls. You get compaction a lot easier, is basically what I'm saying. If you pack the edges first, it doesn't necessarily spread when you're compacting it. Dirt doesn't just spread. It's got confinement, so it kind of locks it into the edge. When you roll up against it, it gets a lot harder when you start going the long way. lawnmower's got a blade on the front of it. Makes kind of a pain in the ass getting up close to the walls. But that was all they had, and we didn't have time to get it taken off. So when he's done, maybe you should go down there with the excavator and tap the corners with the bucket that he can't get because the blade works out just fine.